Welcome back to the CBS Sports College Basketball Channel. I am Travis Branham, a national recruiting analyst here at 24/7 Sports. And today we have a very big commitment coming to you as Caleb Gaskins, the number 24 overall prospect in the national class of 2026, will be joining us to reveal his college decision. Now, Caleb is a player that emerged extremely early in the evaluating process during his freshman season. And as you can see there, ranks as the number 5 overall power forward prospect, and he now stands 6'8". But back when he was a freshman, he possessed those very similar promising physical tools with long arms, a promising frame that he has continued to develop over the past 3 years of high school basketball. And last season, transferring to Miami, Florida's Columbus High School, where he was a part of the Chipotle Nationals Championship. He's a very versatile forward that can defend multiple positions, can be a dominant presence on the glass on both ends of the court, but he has inside-out versatility on the offensive end of the floor. He can take mismatches down on the block, can step out, has soft touch on his jumper, and is continuing to develop his game when putting the ball on the floor, as you can see there. Along his journey, he has been recruited by schools all over the country, but he's narrowed it down to just 3 schools in Miami, Florida, and Texas A&M. He's taken visits to each, and now he is ready to decide. So without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour, Caleb Gaskins. Caleb, welcome to the show. How are you feeling right now?
I'm excited. I'm running through with emotions right now, and I'm just ready to make this decision.
Well, before we get into everything, you have some very special people up there with you today. Introduce us to who you have up there with you.
I have here with me my mom. I have here my grandmother. My second mom is Cece, and my younger brother Kevin.
As I was saying, you're one of those players that emerged very early. I remember watching you down there in Orlando, Florida, when you were a freshman, and you have since maintained your status as one of the best players and prospects in this class. Looking back on this journey, what are the thoughts and feelings going through you right now?
Words can't describe. I just continue to keep my head down and work hard. I'm excited for this moment, and the work has definitely shown throughout these years. My work ethic has shown, so now it's time.
Yeah, being one of the top talents in the country, you've been recruited by schools all over the country, with some of the blue bloods even calling your phone, but you've narrowed it down to just 3. How was this recruiting process for you in coming down to this ultimate school that you're about to reveal?
I can say this recruiting process has definitely been long. I can say, honestly, it's been stressful at times, but for this decision for me, I just narrowed it down to the best decision for myself, but also for my family, and just chose the best school, what I think is going to get me to where my goal is, which is the NBA.
Caleb, I know you're anxious to make this announcement, but before we get to that, you didn't get to this place all by yourself. So I'm going to give you the time here to share a message and thank all the people that have helped you along this journey.
So firstly, I would like to thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without Him, without His blessings, without His love, I feel like I would definitely want to be in this position. Next, I'd like to thank my mom. I hope she don't cry, but the sacrifice she's made for me, my brothers, my sisters, has been incredible. She didn't show me what hard work truly means as a young kid, growing up in a small town in Melbourne. I didn't see her stressed out, but continue to have a smile on her face and put a smile on other people's face. I'd like to thank my grandma. She's continued to stay by our side, continue to learn, and just be there for us and be as supportive as she can. I'd like to thank Miss Cece. She's been incredible. Words can't describe how much I love this woman. She's been there. She's supported me. She didn't tell me the truth. She never lied to me. I'd like to thank my little brother here. I'm excited that he's able to play with us now on this Columbus team. He's definitely allowed me to get better. He didn't show me I can Also, learn from other people. Next, I'd like to thank my teammates. I'd like to thank my coaches. They have been there through it all. I'm excited for this journey that we'll have this season. Next, I'd like to thank Columbus. I'd like to thank the Columbus family, the fans, the support from Miami. It's been incredible. I'm happy that they allowed me to show what I can do inside the classroom and have me here to show what I can do on the court. Also, I would like to thank the Night Riders program. I've been with them since the 8th grade, and they've allowed me to develop and get better and show my skills on the floor against elite level talent.
All right, Caleb. Well, you're down to 3, but there can only be 1. Where will you be playing your college basketball?
I'll be attending University of Miami.
Congratulations, Caleb. Why Miami? Caleb, why Miami?
I chose Miami because, first of all, I would like to mention Jay Lucas. I feel like his love for me and his willingness to recruit me as hard as he can to show me what it would be like in the University of Miami, I feel like it definitely sold it. Next, their staff, I feel like they have an incredible staff on them. I feel like this year, even though with it being Jay's first year, they're going to do incredible things, and I'm excited for next year. It's also when I step on campus.
Well, I know your mom and grandma and brother and everybody there is going to be extremely excited that you're going right down the street and they can watch every single game. What does that mean to you to get to play in front of all your friends and family?
It means a lot. You know, I'm close to home, so it's definitely some feeling of comfortability there. I'm just glad everybody can step right outside their doorstep and come watch me play whenever they want.
You know, you mentioned a lot about Jay Lucas in this recruitment and the relationship you guys have developed, but you're also reuniting with your former high school coach, Andrew Moran, at Miami. What did that kind of factor into this decision? How did that relationship play into it?
During the recruitment process, I feel like that relationship, it was definitely a lot easy just knowing him, but Andrew made it a lot easier because I feel like he knows who I am through and throughout. He knows my game, and he knows what's best for me, because when I come here to Columbus, I was very unsure of what there was to hold for me, but I just continued to trust in him, and he continued to trust in me, and that was able to get us to a national championship.
Well, Miami fans are obviously really excited. So what will you be bringing to this program?
I feel like the University of Miami will be getting a hardworking young man. I feel like my work ethic in this classroom on the court has been undeniably strong. I feel like on campus, just seeing other people smile is gonna be the best thing for me. I'm just ready to win. That's it.
Well, before you get going celebrating, I have to ask, your brother is going to be a big-time talent. He's one that he is very well on our radar. So it just like on your journey in this process, everything you've learned, what would be the piece of advice you'd give to him as he's coming up through the ranks?
For him, I would say just to focus on what needs to be focused on, keep the main thing, and that's just hooping. Like, I feel like if he just focus and be able to continue to get better and keep his head down and keep his head on the right path, I feel like he can do anything he puts his mind to.
Caleb, congratulations again. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. And I know we'll be seeing you guys here soon as Kate comes up. But congrats. Good luck to you this season. I know you guys have big goals down there at Columbus, and good luck to you at Miami next year.
Yes, sir.
you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Well, there you have it. Caleb Gaskins, the number 24 overall recruit in the country, is staying home and playing for the Miami Hurricanes. So for more on this decision, let's bring in our Adam Finkelstein, Director of Scouting. Adam, what's your immediate reaction to this?
Well, huge news for Miami, right? I mean, they have been pursuing Caleb Gaskins. He's been a top priority for a long time. We've thought it was on the goal line for weeks, if not months, and they finally get it done. And what an impressive young man. So I think beyond what he's going to bring on the court, I'm sure we're going to get into that, just a great local representative of the program, to be from the area and to be such an impressive young man who other guys are going to want to play with, quite frankly.
Yeah, on the court, we've been watching Caleb since he was a freshman, was ranked very highly throughout the entirety of his high school career, but he's only 17 years old, just turned 17 in August.
Right.
What kind of talent is Miami getting, and what can he bring to this program?
Well, you told the story about seeing him the first time as a freshman at an event in Florida. My first time seeing him was in fall of his freshman year as well, and it was at USA Basketball. So at the time, he was, I think, 14 years old. So it just shows you how long he has been not just a recognizable prospect, but a nationally recognized prospect. And that's a really hard thing to do, is to have all those expectations, continue to get better at each passing step along the way. And the thing I'm not sure most people recognize about Caleb is he has won back-to-back national championships. He won a national championship at Montverde Academy as a sophomore, and then he came over to Columbus and won a national championship last year as a junior. There's no other player in high school basketball that can make that claim. So his ability to impact winning is undeniable. He does it on both ends of the floor. He's really mature in terms of his mindset. He comes out, he defends. He's an excellent rebounder. Offensively, I think we've seen his game gradually develop. He was someone who really played more of a complementary role on those championship teams, but then grew into, or is in the process of growing into, more of an alpha now. I love him in the mid-range area, but we're seeing him start to extend his range. You talked about his ability to be a mismatch and to take smaller defenders into the post to expand his game off the dribble. I think we're seeing his offensive game grow with each passing step. Trav, the question I would ask you is just about the fit at Miami, because I know you have been following this program closely. Shelton Henderson, we're hearing great things. They've obviously done big things in the portal. It seems like there's an immediate opportunity along the front line, but for someone who knows Jay Lucas as well as you do, how do you feel about that fit?
Yeah, I think they're going to be able to bring out the best of what he can bring on the defensive end of the floor and on the glass. We saw it with Andrew Moran. He coached him last year at Columbus, and that was arguably some of Caleb's best basketball. It's really where things started to click for him with his inside-out game, but it really all started with what he did defensively and on the glass. And so when he comes into Miami with the identity that they're building with this roster and with the rosters ahead, I think that's where he's going to begin. He's going to find a very strong role there, and then he's going to be able to continue to find his offensive game where he's going to be spotting up in the corners on the perimeter, able to take some guys off the dribble in attacking closeouts, but also taking those mismatches down on the block. There's a variety of things you can do with him on both ends of the court. And with the way Miami's building this program, I think he's going to be a perfect fit. And again, he's going to reunite with his former high school coach that brought some of the best out of him that we've seen in his high school career. So I think the future is very, very bright. And again, just 17 years old. So the upside is certainly there. And as you were talking about, Caleb, you mentioned the back-to-back championships, and you failed to mention that he was also a Peach Jam champion. He did play up on that team with the Boozers last summer. So he has a big, long history of impacting winning at the highest levels of high school basketball.
No doubt about it. Absolutely. A huge gift from Miami. And I would also add Ernest Uday and Malik Renault out of eligibility next year. There's going to be immediate opportunity for him to step in and play an important role right away. And because of that experience we talked about, this is not one of those five-star players who needs to come in and have a certain amount of offensive volume to be effective. He's going to be able to come in, understand how to be a contributor right away. I think this is a great day for Jay Lucas and the Hurricane program.
No question. So for more on this commitment, head over to 247 Sports. sports.com. You can find all the latest news, and be sure to subscribe over to 24/7 Sports with the promo code COMMIT65 for 65% off all the annual memberships. We will see you guys here very, very soon.